I had a friend of mine who's a doctor tell me I suffer through technology like I suffer through coach class on an international flight. And I thought, okay, I've done that across the globe, and that's quite uncomfortable. And because, Bridget, I think that caregivers, I don't know if it's in the press sometimes in the way we attack doctors inappropriately, I believe, and we put so much on them because I think sometimes we haven't built the right structures, the enablers for them to be who they want to be. You and I both are involved with Vascular, and I think of nurses, just the very point of a needle stick creates anxiety and pain. And in my opinion, caregivers want to remove anxiety and do everything they can to avoid pain. And so the thing I've struggled with is why haven't we taken the time to listen to doctors and the nurses and involve them? You were the chief experience officer at Cleveland, and you did a wonderful job of this from what I'm hearing. How did you do it? What was it that let you start turning that tide? I know it's your passionate topic, but what are the things you're most proud of that enabled that journey to get going? What did you do?
Well, I think it was engaging the right people at all levels of the organization and not just having this come out from the mothership from one person or the CEO mandating it. So what we did was we paired a physician with a nurse with a patient in every institute, in every regional clinic, and every regional hospital. Wow. And then we incented on their scorecard, instead of just measuring productivity and quality metrics, we actually measured and held them accountable for their patient loyalty scores and their staff loyalty scores and engagement and well-being. So the only way to drive improvement on the patient experience is design systems that allow doctors and nurses to be engaged and loyal. And I think solutions like Vascular, I mean, when you look at the antiquated process of drawing blood, it took those founders, it was an enlightened physician with an enlightened patient that came up with that together. And the witnessing of why we were drawing blood that way. It's like 11 Health, which you'll hear from Michael, an antiquated process of nurses trying to track I's and O's, ins and outs, writing them on their scrubs or on their hand, then entering them into the medical record. Or a patient having the horrific experience of a bag overflowing, and now you could have a sensor that sends you an alert to your phone. These innovations wouldn't happen if we didn't engage those stakeholders to look at the problems that exist. And instead, what's happened is all this bureaucracy and administrative processes have been put on doctors and nurses' plates. So you have to design and look at what to take off their plate and then look at innovations that you can put back in. So lean is about stripping out 7 types of waste. What most people don't do is map the gaps in empathy and find the 7 things to put back in that hardwire humanity and ease the burden of being a doctor, a patient, or a nurse.